welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a bit of a story time, my psychotic episodes. It was a really difficult time for me, so it's quite difficult to speak about and I get quite ashamed of it, but people wanted to hear it, so I'm just going to do it. And I don't remember everything because when I was in that psychotic place, I'd struggled to remember everything that happened. But I can go on some of the things that happened and tell you about them. So yeah, where should we start? It started a few years ago, my first psychotic episode. I can't even remember exactly how long ago it was, but basically something traumatic happened in my life. I'm not going to go into too much detail on it because I don't really want to go into it too much, but something big traumatic happened in my life and it caused a psychotic episode, my first ever one. They don't know the cause behind it. They think it's stress related or of the trauma. But yeah, that happened. And I only go on what my family said. So this is coming from what my family said. But basically, I was a mess. I did not sleep for a whole week. I'm not even joking when I say that. Like, that probably made me more psychotic, lack of sleep. But I was just awake 24/7. Apparently, I started writing rune symbols when I never even knew what a rune symbol was before this. Basically, there was a protection symbol. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a rune symbol, one of the Greek ones. And basically, I would write them everywhere, all over the walls. And I wrote it in blood. I would make everything protect me with this protection symbol, and I would write it on a badge and put it on me and everything, and write it into the ground and everything. So yeah, that was weird because I never even knew what a rune symbol was, and I don't know if I googled it or what happened, but I was obsessed with that. I can't remember exactly everything that happened. I just knew that I just got told that I wasn't sleeping a lot, and I was going on about these rune symbols and how everyone was out to get me. I believe that everyone was under like CSI or something like that, and yeah, I was all over the place really. And so I had a mental health act assessment and they decided that I needed to go into hospital. When I was in hospital, I started getting more psychotic, and I believed that the doctors and nurses wanted to sell my organs on the black market. I know. And yeah, I got injected a lot because I also believed that tablets were poisonous and everyone was trying to poison me to get my organs. And yeah, I was really poorly basically, and I don't know how long I spent in that admission, but yeah, it was a difficult time, and it must have scared my dad and everything, and it scares me to this day that I'm gonna have another one. I get so scared of that because you're not in control of your body, and I had no idea what was going on. I can remember the trauma of being injected daily and pinned down and stuff, but I don't really remember much else. I was pretty much out of it. And they got me on a medication called aripiprazole, and that was on an injection. And that seemed to work for a year or so. I had no other psychotic episodes in that year. And then I was at university and I was going to do what they're called OSCEs in nursing. And that was a really stressful time. I was on placement and I had these exams coming up, and basically, again, it was stress related. They think I was overloaded with stress, and I fell into another psychotic episode. And that one was not the same as the first one. I was experiencing different things. I was hallucinating and seeing like things on the walls and like people in front of me. I believed that food and drinks were poisoned by everyone that opened, like that if it was opened then I would not touch it, even water. I think I was quite suicidal, or believed that I had to die, or I think what it was, apparently Jesus wanted me to die and that was my destiny. And so I was very, very poorly, and I'm not even a religious person, so I don't know why I believed that. But I did end up getting sectioned again, and I think it was a section 3, and I ended up in a private hospital. And this was where I was like my most poorliest, because I obviously believed that everything was poison, so I wouldn't drink or eat anything that was opened, or so I would have to have sealed bottles of water. And when I wanted a coffee or something, I would pour the sealed bottle of water into the kettle and then get an unopened milk and sugars and coffee and stuff. So yeah, it was quite problematic, and obviously the aripiprazole stopped working, and they tried me on another antipsychotic medication, but I can't remember for the life of me what that was called, and they left me on that for about 3 weeks and it still wasn't working. I was getting injected every single day because I wasn't taking tablets again. And yeah, they then put me on a medication called Dipixel or Flutempixel. It's quite an old antipsychotic, and within like a week or so that started to take effect, and the psychotic features like simmered down a bit, and then I came out of it, and I've basically been on Dipixel ever since. I just remembered that I have missed out a big portion of not a big portion, but a portion of it. I did also have a psychotic episode within that time after the year, and ended up in a place called Harrogate, which was really far away from me. And I was so psychotic, like I was out of my mind. I got blue lighted to Harrogate from where I live, which is 4 hours away, and they got me there in like 2 hours. And yeah, that those times of the psychotic episodes were just a blur to me, to be honest. I only go on what my family and friends have said. So it's quite scary to be out of control. I do actually have a book that I wrote like chapters in when I was psychotic, which might be quite interesting to share. So let me know if you want to see what I wrote. It's a load of rubbish, but yeah, that's basically my psychotic episodes. I believed that people wanted to kill me and they wanted to sell my organs, and writing these rune symbols and hallucinating and all over the place. And it really scares me because I've been out of education and work for 2 years now, since my last psychotic episode, and I've just started a new job where I'm going to be working a lot of hours, and I'm just so scared that the stress of that is going to cause another one. But I can't think like that. I have had stressful situations with my family with Huntington's disease and getting tested and all that sort of things, and that hasn't caused one. So, you know, the medication I'm on seems to be working, and yeah, I'm really hoping that that never happens again, because that was so scary. And I just remember had a destiny to die, and I would do anything that Jesus was telling me to do. It's crazy how the mind works when you're psychotic. It's absolutely baffling to me, the things that I did and the way that I acted. Yeah, I don't know if this was somewhat interesting, or if anyone else has experienced similar things in their psychotic episodes. I hope that this can spread a bit of awareness, and, you know, get help for your trauma is what I would say. If you have something that's traumatic's happened to you, make sure that you get the help you need, and don't just take it on yourself, because it can really damage you internally. And I don't have a psychotic disorder, but it was caused on by stress and overload and situations, and it's just crazy how the brain works sometimes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you can, and let me know if you've got any other ideas for me. I don't really know what to film next, so I would really appreciate some ideas on what you want to know. Anything really. I could do DBT experiences, inpatient experiences, anything you guys can think of, just let me know in the comments below, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye guys.